Inside of the apple looks like a star. Peppa! Peppa got on here first. Good morning. It's a sunny day here in New Jersey. What do you think I did today? The first thing. What I always tell you what to do on a sunny day. What's one thing to consider doing on a sunny day? Real Gold is saying hi from Ontario, Canada. What's up? No, Peppa doll, not grounding. You're so cute though. That's a good guess. I'm going to show you what I talk the talk, walk the walk. All right? Talk the talk, walk the walk. Here's what I did first thing today because it's sunny outside. There's always gray days and rainy days. When it's sunny, you got to take advantage of it. I'm trying to teach you guys. In the forecast, we know it's going to be sunny. Plan on doing what I'm about to show you. Laundry. Look at handkerchiefs, t-shirts. Right? It's nice outside. Do some laundry. Put up a clothesline. If it's sunny outside, I think it's foolish not to do some laundry. Come on. Hang your bed sheets out. If you got 3 or 4 sets of bed sheets, maybe you have 2 in the hamper. It's a sunny day. Take your bed sheets off. Wash 3 sets of bed sheets. And hang them out. Pillowcases smell nice. The sheets smell nice. I got my t-shirts hanging out. They're going to smell nice. Real Goldilocks says, my neighbor doesn't allow clotheslines. You need a new neighbor, Real Goldilocks. Peppa says she's doing laundry tomorrow. Yeah, right. Mickey C says, have a margarita. I wouldn't mind one. If I was down in Mexico, I would be walking the beach, swimming, sitting in the surf, doing little push-ups, trying to get rid of my gut, do some leg lifts in the surf, go sit and have some nice dinner or a nice little lunch on the beach. Maybe some chicken quesadillas. Yeah, and a margarita's not bad. It's not a bad thing to have. It's the 5th margarita that's bad to have. It's not bad to have a few margaritas, but not more than, you can't keep going on and on. So Real says she's from Ontario, Canada, and she is not allowed to hang her laundry. Seems very oppressive. Seems very oppressive to me. How's everybody doing? All right? On this Friday, the trash men are taking our trash. They usually pick it up on Thursdays. I went out today and it was still there. I was like, what? It's because of Memorial Day. Duh, right? God bless them. They had off on Memorial Day. Someone actually reprimanded me on this platform saying, well, unlike you, the rest of us want to honor all veterans on Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day to all veterans. I'm like, bitch? No, that was, I think it was a girl. I don't know. But she kind of gave me a slap on the wrist because I did a video that said, Memorial Day isn't for all veterans. It's not. Memorial Day is to specifically honor veterans who are dead, who lost their life serving the country. Veterans Day is for veterans. Memorial Day is for dead veterans. It's a big difference. But anyway, to try to make me feel dumb for excluding all veterans, it's not about veterans. Memorial Day is about those who are veterans who died. Anyway, do you think I'm wrong? If you go, oh, well, it's for everyone, then you kind of take away from the meaning. It's not for everyone. Google it. But you can't correct people anymore, but he's a fucking expert and a smartass with their stupid comments. Her name was Sherry. Well, unlike you, the rest of us celebrate all veterans. Was that a thing a few years ago, the Blue band? Blue? Blue Man Jerry Tour. Rough to the rescue. I know everything, and you are entitled to my opinion. Wendy says the Woodlands Township probably doesn't allow us to put up clotheslines. How stupid. I think clotheslines, can I tell you something? Clotheslines are a symbol of civilization, of life. Maybe you could only hang your clothes between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. You have 5 hours to do laundry and hang out clothes. I could see somebody in the Woodlands Township saying that, but to say, oh, we don't allow clotheslines. Hey, asshole, maybe I don't want to pay a $375 electric bill. Maybe I got 4 kids and I'm trying to fucking budget, so I want to hang my shit out. You know, don't oppress me. Land of the free, home of the brave. The more I see shit like this about our country, it makes me sick. Townships not allowing clotheslines. What the fuck? Maybe you could put up a clothesline between 10 and 2. I would fight that shit. It's nice to hang out your clothes. It's nice to have the sun dry your clothes. They smell terrific. Your bed sheets smell nice and clean. Your t-shirts smell clean, your underwear, your clothes. Hanging out your clothes is a simple joy of life. Of course, the township wants to shit all over it. I hate hearing shit like that. This fucking country. You can't put up a clothesline, but you can go to the fucking Home Depot and round up a few people with brown skin and black hair and throw them in a fucking van and throw them in a cage. That's okay in this country, but don't put up a clothesline. What is happening? Honestly, what is happening to us? Other humans telling you how you can dry your clothes. Wendy, I'm not ranting on you, sweetheart. I love you. I'm just saying, I'm so sick of society and this bullshit. I'm from Philadelphia. I watched Good Day Philadelphia today. You know what they're talking about? They're having a concert come up in Philadelphia soon. You know who's the fucking premier running the fucking running this outdoor concert? Jay-Z. What a pig. Fuck Jay-Z. Homely ass Jay-Z. Fucking weirdo. What, because P. Diddy's not around, they're going to pick Jay-Z? I swear to God, the media wants us to stay divided. Because I sound like I could be racist. I'm not. I'm proud to have black friends my whole life. But fuck Jay-Z? He's the prime guy in Philadelphia for a concert coming up? I mean, you couldn't pick anybody better than Jay-Z? Homely ass, talentless. Who knows all the shit he's done? Weirdo. Fucking Jay-Z. My God. Ugh. George Papard. I remember him. Nice reputation. All right, I'm going to read everything people are saying. I'm missing out on some stuff. Peppa says grounding, nope, laundry, and Rough to the Rescue says, hello again, my wild and crazy friends. Big Stanky says hello, howdy. Arneil's saying hello from San Antonio. I've been in San Antonio. Big Stank is in Des Moines, Iowa. Big Stank, big Iowa beast, wrestling. Whenever I see Iowa, I think those guys are, that's like the toughest wrestlers, aren't they? Unless you're like me with alcohol, 1 is too many and 2 is never enough. Rough to the Rescue, I know what you mean. But I have become better about know when to say when. I'll be honest with you. When I'm going to have a beer in the evening, or if I want to have my beers, I'm good for 2 or 3 Tall Boy Michelob Ultra, nice and cold. I could do 3 of them, and usually I have maybe 2 Little Jim Beam bourbons. That's it. That's as crazy as I get anymore. 3 beers, 2 bourbons, some cashews, some almonds, brush my teeth, I go to bed. It's not good for you, though. It's not good for me. But, we got to keep our head on somehow. I mean, I'm not making excuses, but Jesus, no one's perfect. We're all trying to survive. Oh, I am from South Jersey, my friend Daniel Stepancic. I dare you to go to farmer's market like that. What? I would go to farmer's market like this? What, are you kidding me? Daniel says, we're in South Jersey, Wildwood, Cape May. No. Central South Jersey. I'm outside my hometown of Mount Holly, New Jersey. Cutest little town in South Jersey. South Jersey is anything south of Trenton. That's South Jersey. North Jersey is anything north of Trenton. So you have Trenton on the Delaware River, and then across from Trenton, on the Jersey Shore side, you got Asbury Park. Asbury Park, Trenton. North Jersey. Trenton, Asbury Park. South Jersey. Wendy says people could be so misinformed or ignorant about the meaning of nationally observed holidays. I know. And all I was saying, hey, listen, happy Memorial Day, everybody. I just want to remind you, it's about those who have died. Memorial Day is about those who gave their life serving this country. And I said, if you're a veteran, I'm a veteran, my father's a veteran, my brother's a veteran, my uncles were all veterans. You're proud to have served your country. Memorial Day isn't about us. It has nothing to do with just being a veteran. It has everything to do with people who are dead. So for this woman to talk shit to me, it just takes away from the meaning of Memorial Day of, it's just all veterans. No, it's not. Veterans Day is for veterans. Memorial Day is for those who are dead. So shut up. Big Stank says his neighbors in Iowa are always burning shit like garbage. You can't even hang out your clothes. Yo, Big Stank, you're a big beast. Go knock on their door and tell them stop their shit. Big Stank, I want to report. Get a friend or two, call the local popo, let them know what the fuck is going on, file a complaint, and tell them to stop their shit. I'm in Iowa. I think Iowa is fresh air and clean. I guess I'm wrong. Bunch of hick-ass Iowans burning their trash. WTF. What? Dude. Go, yo, you hick-ass. Come here, please. Yo, let's talk. Why are you burning trash all the time? It makes everything stink. I can smell it in my house. I had an old home in Mount Holly once, nice big front porch, and spring had come. And my neighbor behind me, I know he did heroin. He was kind of fucked up. He used to always blow dry or, blow the grass and shit. And you'd see him in one position for like 10 minutes. No shit. Anyway, my windows were all open in my house, his house, my backyard touched his backyard. And I'm in my house, and I smell fire. I'm like, what the fuck? I go out. He has a fire burning in his backyard. That smoke is coming right through my backyard into my house. What do you think I did? You shut your window and you shut up, right, Jerry? No. I went, yo, put that fucking fire out. What's wrong with you? I was like, ah. He put it out. I didn't even know I were allowed to build fires in towns in Mount Holly. This isn't fucking Virginia or Wyoming or some rural area. This is New Jersey. But people are stupid. Neighbors are dumb. Your neighbor's an asshole burning garbage. Wendy says, I grew up in rural Ohio and we had a clothesline in our backyard. My mom is from Brooklyn, New York. How much more densely populated do you want to get than Brooklyn, New York? My mom grew up, they all had clotheslines. Everybody had a clothesline. And it went to a common pole behind all the brownstones. There was a pole every 5 or 6 houses. There was a metal pole. Everybody put their thing on that. That's why we need the Jerry compound. Randy had a clothesline when she was a kid in Ohio. My mom had clotheslines. My family was a military family. We lived in upstate New York, Montana, Panama Canal Zone, Florida, Germany, New Jersey. Every place we went, we had a clothesline. Can you imagine the military telling military members, I'm sorry, we don't tolerate clotheslines? No, because it's practical, it's smart. So any township that says clotheslines are bad, you should move or go to a township meeting and say, fuck off. Big Steak says, I look like Papa Smurf. Why don't you shut up? Oh my God. Yo, homie. Watch this. You know what I am? I'm an ice ninja. Woo! Hi! Throw some stars. Sit there and wait. Shh. Ice. Oh. Wendy says, I get it, Jerry. There are so many ridiculous rules. Jay-Z is a thug. Jay-Z is a homely piece of shit. I don't care that he's married to Beyonce. Or is that who he's married to? He's a homely, talentless piece of shit. Come on. I never heard him say, I'll put out a rhyme. I'll do a rap right now. Do it just as good as he can. I'm hanging laundry. I know it's right. I'm laying out my laundry before the night. It makes me right because it's white, it's light, and keeping my laundry tight. I've never heard Jay-Z throw out some rhymes. He's just doofy. I don't get him. I don't get it. I don't get it. I do get it, actually. Do you know what it is? I saw the Jay-Z promo for this thing in Philadelphia on Philadelphia Good Day, channel 5 or 6, 5. It made me feel sick and angry that Jay-Z would be hosting anything, especially with his relationship with P. Diddy and the whole thing going on with pedophilia and all these P. Diddy parties and all this nasty shit. I can only think, why would the media allow the news stations to promote Jay-Z? Why? They want to divide us. Who runs the news and media stations? Mostly Jewish. The Jewish presence in our media is strong. Strong Jewish presence. There's a strong presence of Jewish in our government. Wearing Star of David on their lapel. You know, we don't know. The way we kiss Israel's ass and how Israel controls us through our media, through our government, through our pharmaceuticals, everything. They have their hands in everything. So who would say it's okay for Jay-Z to promote a concert in Philadelphia like nothing's wrong? It would be them. They want to piss everybody off. Because I sound like a racist and I'm not. I have some of my best friends are black. There's nothing to do with that. Jay-Z is just a piece of shit. So, that's all I'm saying. He needs a bath. He should shave his hair. I bet he stinks. He looks dirty. Wendy says, I agree with you, Jerry. I like a Michelob Ultra beer and a bottle or a draft once in a while. Very cool. I like Michelob Ultra. I do like Guinness when it's around. I do like Yangling beer. That is my favorite. But to be smart, if you're considering having any alcohol smart at all, I think that Michelob Ultra beer is the least harmful. Jeez. You know what I'm taking now, you guys? You look into it. It's called Cheers. It's a capsule that helps your body. What is it called? Acetylcholine, something. Whatever your body turns alcohol into it that makes it bad, this stops it. Don Woodland says, drink is okay in moderation. It's drunkenness that's the trouble. And it's the truth. Here in New Jersey, this past Memorial Day weekend, life was ruined. A father in his 50s was out on a boat in Long Beach Island, where I grew up going there as a kid, in Barnegat Bay. And he had a boat, and he had his 2 sons in the boat with him, and the sons' girlfriends. And they're out there tooling around. The father was drinking while boating. The boat struck something. One of his sons and his daughter-in-law flew out of the boat. His son was killed. So if it's not bad enough to lose your son in a boating accident, now they know that he was drinking, they might get him for manslaughter. So your son is dead, and then you're going to do 3 to 5 years. His life is over for right now. It's terrible. What a tragedy. Alcohol and firearms do not mix. Alcohol and boating, do not mix. Alcohol and water, do not mix. If you're going to be on the water and you're swimming and everything and having fun, have fun. Later, after you take a shower and it's the end of the evening, then you can have a drink. You don't drink when you're in the water or on the water. How stupid. It's a beautiful day in New Jersey. It's a beautiful day in New Jersey. We're doing some laundry. We're sitting by the pool. And I'm talking to my friends on TikTok. Good afternoon. I think it's still morning, isn't it? Dan the man says, hey, Jerry, are you going for a swim? I'm thinking about it, but it's windy and it's kind of cool. I don't know exactly what I want to do yet. Good morning. Depends on where your first time. Good morning. Depends on where you're at first time tuning in. I am in South Jersey. That's a good name, the Jerry Compound. Oh my God. Rough to the Rescue's asking me, I haven't lived in that. Well, I'll tell you the best place I lived growing up as a kid, Panama Canal Zone. I love Panama. We had a housekeeper assigned to us. All military has a Panamanian woman assigned to you. And in base housing there's a little apartment in the bottom carport. When you pull in your homes in Panama, you drive underneath them. They're on stilts, on blocks, cement blocks, because the rainy season, and there's big ditches to hold the rain. And I remember that. And down under our house was a carport, and in the carport was a little apartment. And in that apartment lived our maid, our housekeeper, our nanny. She was a young Panamanian woman named Auda. And Auda loved us kids. She was such a good lady. She was a young woman, but she was pretty, and she loved me, and she was good to my brother and sister. And she asked us to go visit her village once. My mom said, okay. Never told my dad we're going into the jungles of Panama. And my mom, we went in to visit Auda in her village. We were on a bus. We went into the jungles. I'll tell you that story about it someday. It was a cool story. Do you want to hear it? So everybody's assigned a housekeeper. Ours name was Auda. I used to wake her up in the morning because I was only 5. I was 5 years old. I couldn't reach the cereal bowls to make cereal for my brother, sister, and I. So I would wake up Auda. Auda, can you make us some cereal, please? She'd roll out of bed, come up, get the bowls. But anyway, she asked us to go to her village, and my mom said, sure, I'll visit your village, Auda. Miss Cindy, I would love for you to visit my village. I told my mom and dad about you. I would like, please come visit my village. So my mom says, okay. So that Wednesday or whatever, during the week, my mom took me to the thrift shop, and we wound up picking up a bunch of pots and pans and some spatulas and wooden spoons and just different things, like different things for the kitchen. Some cookware, and it was all, I remember it was pots and pans. My mom was smart. She's like, I'm going to go pick this up at the thrift shop for pennies, and I'm going to bring this care package to the village. It was a big deal to the women that received those gifts. Anyway, we got on this bus outside of base. My mom didn't tell my dad where we were going. And Auda met us out front. My mom, my sister, my brother, and I get on this bus, and I'm not shitting you. On top of the bus were goats and chickens. On top of the bus, there were goats and chickens. So these 3 little white kids, my brother, sister, and I, get on the bus with my mother, and it goes into the heart and the jungle of Panama. We're in the jungle. Go down. We get out, and there's a village. And at all the huts, there's huts. And they're in a horseshoe shape. Hut, hut. And from the road, from where we got out of the bus, there was one electrical wire going into one hut in the middle of the village. And that was the general store, the post office, the clinic. Telephone was there. That was their link to civilization. The one hut in the middle of the village that had electricity. So anyway, long story short, we pull up, we get out of the bus. My sister has blonde hair. She's only 2 years old. All the women and kids are touching her hair and looking at my sister. My sister was an adorable little kid. And they're touching her hair. They're hugging my mom. And they're embracing my sister. And there's my brother and I standing there with our socks pulled up to our knees. Remember I used to wear your socks pulled up to your knees? And there's like 7 or 8 Panamanian kids looking us up and down. And my brother and I looked at them and they looked at us. Someone kicked a soccer ball to me. I kicked the ball back and it was game on. We were running around with these kids, kicking the ball, laughing, having a fun. It was a blast. We spent all day there. And Alda's family made us dinner and all that. And my mom gave all the women, or gave Alda's mom, the pots and pans to distribute to the women in the village. And they really appreciated that from my mom. So we played all day with the kids, blah, blah, blah. It's getting dark out. Well, it's not getting, the sun's getting low in the sky. And I'll never forget this. We're in a little village in Panama. And it's getting dark. I mean, the sun's going down. And all the women start coming out of the huts and grabbing and walking with the kids. Women came over to me and put their hand out. I held her hand. And all the women led us, like 20-some kids, in behind the general store, behind that hut, with the electricity and the freezer and the refrigerator and the phone and the mail room. That was their little civilization. We go in the back and women are pouring buckets of water into this vat. I look over at my mom. She's with 2 little girls and another woman. They're undressing the kids. One woman starts undressing me. I put my hands up. She pulls my shirt off, shakes it off. I took my pants off, my underwear, my socks. I looked over at my mom for reassurance. She's like, it's okay, it's okay. They put us in the vat and started pouring water on us and washed us. Soap, and it was nice. Everybody was talking. We're all getting bathed. It was very pleasant. And it was a nice feeling to it. Like everybody was just watching out for the kids, washing us. And my brother was getting washed by some woman. I was getting washed by a woman. My mom was washing 2 little girls with another lady. And they take us out of the vat, dry us off, shook our clothes off a second time, and redressed us. And here's the cutest thing. Here's the funny part. After we took the bath, they walked us around to the front of the general store, which was the largest hut. And like I said, it had a post office, a little place to mail, some food, a TV, just a little. And this man comes out and he has a tray. And all the kids are sitting there. We just got a bath. We're all looking at him. And he comes out and he has a tray. And on that tray was like these little Dixie cups with frozen Coca-Cola. They poured Coke in the cups and froze it. And I guess every night that's their snack. No money had to be exchanged. All the kids were allowed to have a cup. And I'll never forget how delicious that frozen Coca-Cola, that little Dixie cup of Coca-Cola was. It was delicious. And it was a beautiful day. And I learned that day, my brother and I, we didn't speak Panamanian, they didn't speak English, but when we left, they were sad to see us leave. And, I learned that laughter is a universal language. Laughter. If you can laugh, you don't need to speak the same language. If you can laugh together. Anyway, we made it back to the Air Force Base in Panama. And my dad said, how was your day? We told on my mom. Mom brought us into the jungle. We met Alda's family. We were there all day. It was a bus. There were goats and chickens on the bus. And we were in the jungle, Dad. We were at Alda's village. And my dad's like, what? Cindy, you got to tell me. When you leave the base, I got to let security police know. But my mom's she's a ball buster. She doesn't listen to rules. We were fine. We were fine. It was a great day. Anyway, that's my Panama Canal Zone story. Since Rough to the Rescue asked me, where's my favorite place that I ever lived? When we lived in Panama, when you came outside, you could pick a mango off the tree and eat it. When it rained, there were frogs the size of paper plates. The frogs in Panama are huge. We were on a swim team. There was a beautiful Olympic-sized pool on base. That's where I learned to swim. Oh, so anyway, in answer to your question, that long story, Panama Canal Zone was my favorite place to live as a kid. And Rough to the Rescue, thank you for being such a sweet person to ask me. I don't think of that often, and I've shared that story before when asked, and it always makes me sentimental. Because in my mind, I wonder how those kids are doing. The kids in the jungle. It's a funny story. It's a cute story, right, Ruff? Sweet Bianca's here, sweetheart. What's up, Bianca? Bianca is our girlfriend in the Netherlands. She is Danish. Bianca and Margie protect us all from bad people. It's the truth. All right, I'm thinking about hopping in the pool and maybe taking a shower. My mom, I think she left. I think she went out with her girlfriend. Anyway, you know what I'm doing today? I'm sitting by the pool, thinking if I should. There's a breeze, and it's not very hot out, but I did laundry today. See? So, for my clothes to dry. You know life is good when you're waiting for your clothes to dry. It's sunny out, man. If you're not doing laundry, shame on you. Irma Harris, you have a wonderful day. You're such a sweet woman. Thank you. Bianca, how soon he forgot. I will call. Dutch. I said Dutch. Did I say Dutch? I didn't say Sweden. Dutch. Someone says, June 15th, please organize student lawyers from CU. This could be a valuable learning experience and make positive change and impact on our community. I don't know what that means. I don't want people finding me. I can't give too much information. My middle name is Madison. I'm a junior. My dad was Gerard Madison. I'm Gerard Madison Jr. My last name is Doran. I'm Irish. I am in the mood for some peanut butter on rice cake with some strawberry jam and a glass of milk. That's what I'm in the mood for. So anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off soon. Joe Ma says, afternoon, Jerry. Looks like a nice morning there. Still got your fish and chips on ice for you. Joe, where are you? Where in the United Kingdom are you? Because someone on here, Kieran Harriman, he lives in Leicester. Are you near Leicester? Because I've been invited to visit him at his home. he said I would probably spend a night or two, and then I would find a hotel or whatever, a bed and breakfast or something. Thinking about going in August. Why are you being mean to me? Why do I look like a big condom? That is terrible. This is the new shirt. This is how you keep sunburn off your neck. This is what you wear. This is the future of summer. This is how you do it. The sun is too harmful. Merlady says she wishes she had a clothesline. I don't blame you. I love the clothesline. I love having a clothesline. Wendy, you're sweet. Thank you. Oh, Danish. Leicestershire. Straw hats. What's all this mumbo jumbo? Nothing. We're just. Someone asked me where's my favorite place I lived as a kid. I told them that I love Panama Canal Zone. That was a beautiful place to live. It was a beautiful place, and our neighbors were. It was amazing. We had great neighbors, and it was a great layout. The chapel was nice. I remember loving going to church when I was a little boy there. All right, you guys, I'm going to call it a day. Of course, Ruff, we can have volleyball court. We're going to have a little pond where we can swim it. I want a stream going through our property. In fact, when I go inside, I think I'm going to go online and see what properties are in North Carolina. Because I think this year I might be able to... I'm manifesting. I want to be a multi-millionaire in the next year. That's what I am. A pool in the pond. The pond would be good for you. So I was wondering, so you got like a pool over there or something like that? Oh, well, because, I have this rheumatism. And I think that I would like to use your pond. Anyway, the muskrats are being controlled now. All right, man. Have a lovely day, you guys. Bye, Bianca. Bye, Margie. I don't know what time it is. I'll probably check in later. I'm not doing anything. It's Friday. Speed bumps for her pleasure. What?